from the 80 finals will be broadcast on the web. 20 of them on Ring A will be broadcast live on London Live, channel 117 on Sky from 1 o'clock. So tune in. Charlie Webster, Steve Bunce, and a number of the other team members will be in our studio up on the balcony. You may have seen us earlier up there in the London Live news and lunch programme about 12 o'clock, and over the last couple of days, terrific studio, great location, and we're sitting ringside for the second final of the evening, or the afternoon rather, not evening yet. It's the Youth A bout, 56 kilos. We've seen Frankie Cleary, Olympic Galway, Bradley Strand and Kirby. Bell sounds for round number 1. Cleary there in the red corner, Bradley Strand in the blue. Three-minute rounds.
This should be a good one. Cleary's, even though he's a youth, he's been getting quite a lot of international experience. So he's one of Ireland's top prospects. And Bradley Strand, he looked quality in his semi-final as well. Punched quite hard for a youth lightweight and can punch well in combination.
He's working behind the jab well at the moment, Strand. Picked a nice few shots in the opening 30 seconds.
I like that uppercut from Strand. It just missed, but it's a dangerous shot.
Just boxing on the outside. Cleary putting a little bit of pressure on him. Too much at this early stage. Nice lead left hook from him. Strand again with that uppercut. Cleary responds with a burst of 3 shots. Bradley Strand backs up onto the ropes. Well, perhaps a little shot just coming off the break there. Got to watch that. This will mean a lot to 2 young men who've had a grueling 3 days of competition. It's inside the ring, but outside as well. They've weighed 3 times as of Friday morning. And John, that must be difficult when you're having to watch your weight, knowing that you've got to refuel after a bout, and naturally you would put on an extra 2 or 3 pounds after a weigh-in. With these lads, they've got to make sure that if they are on the upper end of a limit, that they don't do that.
Absolutely, that is one of the challenges of tournament boxing and of international boxing. You've got to make your weight every morning, day after day. And in this tournament, it's 3 days in a row, which isn't easy. At a bigger international, that can be over the course of, a couple of weeks. And it's quite different as well in, say, some of the national championships. You might box every weekend, every other weekend, so you can maybe get away with being big for the weight, crashing a little bit, and then replenishing your reserves. But if you try and do that 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row, that can really take it out of you.
So I suppose in preparation for a competition like this, it would be better to come in right at the lower end of the limit so that you can refuel as much as you need to, and you've got sort of 6 or 7 pounds to play with upwards rather than coming in at the upper end of the limit. That might be the more sensible option to go for.
It depends. You don't want to be too small for the weight. You don't want to be too depleted. But if you stay as close to your fighting weight, at all times, really. I know on the GB international squad they expect them to be within their, within a certain range of their weight. I'm not exactly quite sure how much, but it's something like 5%, off, to be on it at all times, so they don't find themselves being drained if they've been making weight throughout the course of a tournament at the later stages.
Well, 2 lads who have gone through the process and made it through to the final of this 56 kilo bout. And, round 1, Bradley Strand picked some nice clean shots, but was put under periods of pressure by Frankie Cleary. Interesting to see how this one develops. Strand, as we said, with the blue head guard, the blue gloves and the maroon vest and shorts. Frankie Cleary all in red. Again, just stalking his opposite man, walking him down as they lock up in the centre of the ring. And the referee telling him to box out of it. Cleary landing 2 or 3 short hooks on the inside. Traditionally, body shots, John, putting rounds in the bank in the pro game, trying to slow the legs down. What does it do when you take a few solid shots to the body?
I think they're probably the worst punches to take, especially if you have that sort of delayed reaction that can really, suck the air out of your lungs. Obviously it's the headshots that are eye-catching, but good body shot can be one of the most effective in the sport.
So Again, lots of movement from Strand, and a lovely 1-2 just through the centre of the guard there, through the uppercut, narrowly missed, and all the walking down Frankie Cleary's doing. I feel like some of the eye-catching work and movement from Bradley Strand is really looking impressive so far. Well, a nice left hook from Cleary.
This is quality from both. At 56 kilos, it's been strong weight division in Britain and Ireland for a number of years recently. The last
Joe Nevin as well.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, the last Olympic final at bantamweight at 56 was boxed between an Englishman and an Irishman. Luke Campbell versus John Joe Nevin.
Terrific final that was as well. It's nice work. Look at that Bradley Strand just keeping it at long range, and when an opponent's walking you down, not easy always to do that.
No.
And the bell goes, end of the second round. Really nice, high quality encounter, just the sort of level that we expected in anticipation of this one, and signifying that we are looking at the two best in this bantamweight category this year.
Yeah, and it just shows that, you know, the youth divisions here are really worth watching as well as the elite, because there are some really classy boxers that we're seeing. And these are the boxers that in a couple of years' time we're going to be seeing at the sort of major international competitions.
Well, Frankie Cleary from Olympic Galway, he's on his feet first, ready to go for this third and final round. Bradley Strand just taking his time, getting as much oxygen as possible, and last bits of advice for his final round of the competition. Just 3 minutes stand in the way between one of these young lads and the Haringey Box Cup 2015 bantamweight gold medal. Bradley Strand just moving off to his left-hand side, avoids a hook and another. It's good from him, takes the right off the gloves. Strand's put on a decent display of how to control distance and space in the opening 2 rounds. And maintain that in this third. Nice work from him there. And again, nice feint there, just brought Cleary onto that 1-2 combination. And Cleary throwing some solid left hooks, but a lot of them covered up on the gloves of Bradley Strand.
It's getting a bit wild, Cleary, maybe rushing things a little bit. Probably feels he's trailing behind here.
Of course, a difficult position to be in when you are in a bout as important as this, and you know you're behind going into the final round. I guess it make you just rush your work a little bit because you're chasing after something that you feel may be slipping away.
Yeah. And when you start rushing and when you start chasing, like you say, that's when you can leave yourself open. And Strand's caught him coming in. A few nice straight shots down the middle.
Nice double jab from Strand and a right hand through the guard. Really classy stuff from Kirby ABC man.
Cleary should really keep his ears open to hear the referee saying break. He sort of swung a few punches on the break. Actually, Strand's movements is good. Ooh. Tempted there.
It was indeed. Is it a case of one boxer throwing nice straight shots down the middle, John, and another just swinging a little bit wild and wide, perhaps?
Yeah.
Well, great 3 rounds between these two young men. They've proved their worth not just this afternoon, but over the last 3 days. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. Find out the winner of the bantamweight category here at the Haringey Box Cup. Well, we hope you're enjoying this coverage online. As we said, it will start on London Live around 1 o'clock. Studio chat will commence, and they will throw to some action around about 20 past, so I'm told. But in the meantime, you can catch all of the action, all 4 of the rings, here on londonlive.co.uk. So have a look through the stream, see if there's anything else. There will only be commentary on Ring A. We go to the result between these two. The ring announcer, Dan O'Sullivan. I think a split points decision, probably indicative of a close and well-boxed bout, and well, that's a real shame there. I think Frankie Cleary perhaps disappointed he didn't get decision, but sportsmanship really is paramount at this level, and well, there wasn't too much shown there by Cleary, and I think Strand disappointed that there wasn't a nicer exchange at the end of that one. That's a bit of a shame.